Good afternoon, Pats fans, and welcome inside the Brandt Center as we preview tonight's matchup between the Regina Pats and the visiting Prince Albert Raiders here on Brandt Night. My name is Dante DiCaria, and he's Drew Posty, and the Regina Pats are coming off a pretty good effort on Friday night inside the Brandt Center. Unfortunately, it was a 4-2 loss for the Regina Pats at the hands of the Vancouver Giants, as the Giants came into the Brandt Center for the first time since October of 2019. But as we look ahead to tonight's matchup against the Prince Albert Raiders, it's a 4-point battle, as that's the cliche that a lot of people in hockey use, as the Pats are currently 7 points back of the Raiders in the Eastern Conference standings.
Yeah, you hit the nail on the head, and Ken Schneider said it in the post-game show last night. It's a crucial game. It's a frigid January night, but we're thinking about March already, because 7 points is a little bit of a gap, and you need to close that as soon as possible. The Raiders holding the final playoff spot in the West, so 4-point night, absolutely. Got to win it in regulation if you're the Pats tonight.
All right, Drew, let's talk a little bit about the last game for the Regina Pats, because it was the line of Braxton Whitehead, Tanner Howe, and Zach Moore that combined for a total of 6 points in that 4-2 loss to the Vancouver Giants. The Pats went down 2-0 in that hockey game, but had a really strong second period and a really strong third period. Overall, I thought it was a pretty good effort for the Regina Pats, but nice to see Zach Moore get 2 assists, Whitehead with 2 goals, and Howe as well.
Yeah, Braxton Whitehead really hasn't missed a beat since coming back from injury, and Tanner Howe just doing Tanner Howe things, but we were really excited to see Zach Moore, who just came down in a trade from the Saskatoon Blades, fit right in with those 2 veteran star players, so we'll look to see if he can continue that tonight and maybe get out there with those 2 guys again. So the future's bright for Zach Moore if he sticks with the Regina Pats.
And tonight is going to be the second game of this 3-3 weekend, as the Pats will travel to Saskatoon tomorrow. Let's talk a little bit about the Prince Albert Raiders. They're coming on the road, a little bit of a different situation from Vancouver, as they were here the night before. Prince Albert's going to travel the day of, so maybe the Pats can take advantage of maybe a little bit of bus legs tonight. But hey, they're coming off a shootout victory over Victoria on Friday.
Yeah, and if you're doing scoreboard watching, that was the win that put them up 7 points. It's a team that maybe some people might have thought would be a little bit further ahead than they are, but they're still a competitive hockey club. They're holding down that playoff spot right now, so you got to give them credit. They always bring a physical game, and the Regina Pats like to play physical as well, so I'm anticipating a little bit of that divisional rivalry to maybe appear between these 2 teams, and hey, maybe Tanner Howe will be fired up playing against his hometown team.
Yeah, they're always a very well-coached team led by Jeff Truitt as the head coach of the Prince Albert Raiders. They're also led by Ryder Ritchie, who could go in the first round in this year's NHL draft. Don't forget about former Pat Sloan Stanek as well. All right, that's all you need to know for tonight's action between the Regina Pats and the visiting Prince Albert Raiders. Make sure to get those tickets online at reginapats.com. Doors open at 6, puck drops at 7 o'clock. We'll see you tonight.